Hello everybody, and welcome to Perpetual News. Today, we're going to have a little bit of a different episode. You're going to be looking at my screen while I go ahead and show you what I think the 2020 election for the president is going to look like on November 3rd of 2020. Of course, Donald Trump is going to carry all the regular states that he would. I mean, it's pretty much obvious at this point that there's not really any way that Joe Biden could win any of these states, and that's pretty much clear to anybody who's analyzing it. Of course, Joe Biden does have his base of support as well, to where he will more than likely carry all of these states without any hesitation, without any hassle. I do think that's okay there. So now, actually. As well, and Republicans. We'll go there. Okay, so now we got. This is really what the 2020 election is going to be like, right? We got all the base starting positions for all states. It's more than likely this is the way that all these are going to go. Actually, I'm going to put North Carolina and toss up for right now. Okay, so it's more than likely that Joe Biden's going to win Virginia, right? I mean, it's going to be probably likely, we're going to put them in the likely category, just like all of these states over here. It's more than likely that Joe Biden will carry all of these unless Donald Trump presses really hard for all those states. The biggest thing that, why did I put Pennsylvania in clear? Anyway, okay, so Joe Biden's campaign really needs to focus on the Rust Belt. All four of these states right here. Now let's look at that. If they carry Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, they have won the presidency. Joe Biden wins the presidency with 271 votes. He just has to get 3 states that Hillary Clinton did not carry in 2016. 3 states that all have sort of come back to the Democratic Party over the last couple of years, especially the last couple months. Donald Trump has definitely been losing support in Michigan. It's almost certain that Joe Biden will carry this state with a likely margin. I do think Joe Biden will carry Minnesota with a likely margin. And I do think he will carry Pennsylvania with a lean margin. Wisconsin is a different case. I think Joe Biden actually will still win the state of Wisconsin, but by an under 0.5 percentage margin. It's going to be super close meeting. It's actually looking like Joe Biden is actually going to win Arizona with a lean margin as well, similar to Pennsylvania. It's kind of odd considering Arizona doesn't seem like it would go that way. Of course, they'll carry Hawaii, and Donald Trump will carry Alaska, but that's kind of irrelevant. So right now, Joe Biden's at 286 electoral delegates. Donald Trump will more than likely carry the state of Texas, despite all the hype around Texas flipping blue. I know the Senate race was only 0.2% off or 2% off or something like that, but it's more than likely going to be about 6% that Donald Trump wins by in Texas, which is still a substantial amount to pass by. Of course, in 2016, all 3 of these states were under 0.75%, so it's not really gonna, look similar in 2020. So at this point, Joe Biden has won the presidency. He already won it before even carrying Arizona, and he doesn't even have to. He has to win either of those 2 states to win. And that's going to be the hardest challenges, Arizona and Wisconsin. He has to focus on those 2 states. The biggest thing for Joe Biden, if he loses Pennsylvania, I'm going to go ahead and call it in favor of the Democrats, because it's more than likely that, I know right now, all of the delegates are saying that Joe Biden is going to carry Pennsylvania, but if he doesn't, then whenever Pennsylvania goes red, the Rust Belt usually falls in line. In this case, I don't think Michigan will, but I do think Wisconsin will. And he loses Pennsylvania, a more Democratic state than Arizona, I don't think he'll carry Arizona either. Likewise, if he does carry Pennsylvania, it's more than likely he'll carry Wisconsin. Pennsylvania is kind of the telltale factor to whether or not Joe Biden will win the presidency. If he does win Pennsylvania, it's not necessarily guaranteed that he will win the presidency, because just as easily Wisconsin could go red. Who knows? They could win New Hampshire. It's very possible that that happens. It would be a very tilt margin, within 0.5%. But it's possible. At that point, if Wisconsin, Ohio, Arizona all follow suit, I don't think North Carolina would go to Joe Biden. I don't think Florida would go to Joe Biden, thus keeping Donald Trump as the president of the United States of America. However, if he does carry Wisconsin, he does carry Arizona, he does carry that, New Hampshire, then he will win. But here's what we're thinking right now. The polls say that Florida is going to Joe Biden with a tilt margin at the current moment. And actually, it's not even a tilt margin. I'm just kind of saying that because it's more likely. They're actually saying it's a likely margin. They're saying Joe Biden will win Florida right now. They even think that North Carolina could flip over in the next couple months. But right now they're saying Donald Trump is very narrowly carrying North Carolina. Very narrowly. The biggest thing Joe Biden's got to watch out for is that he doesn't lose Pennsylvania. He doesn't lose Wisconsin. And he doesn't lose Arizona. If he loses all three of those states, I'm going to go ahead and claim that Florida would not just be the outlier there. If it was, Joe Biden wins. But that's not going to happen. I think the likely scenario here is that Donald Trump barely carries Florida. He barely carries North Carolina. But Joe Biden likely claims Pennsylvania. He narrowly gets Wisconsin. And he snags up Arizona. I think that probably puts him in at 289 delegates right there. This is what I think the election map in 2020 is going to be like, at least right now. Who knows? 5 months is a long time. So I guess we'll see in November. But right now, Joe Biden currently, with any sort of evidence, it looks like he's going to win. There's a man who's predicted the election for the last, I believe it's 7 times now, accurately. And right now, you have to have 5 out of 9 of the keys that he's designed. And right now, Joe Biden has 6 of them. So I think Joe Biden will win the presidency. It will be a very close race. But you got to remember, Joe Biden's a male. That's the biggest thing he's got going for him. He is a male. Hillary Clinton was not. Hillary Clinton was disliked. Hillary Clinton's husband imposed trade deals that fucked over the Rust Belt, and that's what Donald Trump campaigned on. Joe Biden had nothing to do with any of that. And these are generally Democratic states, and I think we'll go back that way in 2020. I think Joe Biden will win the presidency. It's a very, very tight race, but very overwhelming in delegate counts. It's possible that he flips North Carolina, and it's possible that he flips Florida. I don't think it's possible that he gets Ohio or Texas, but I think 2024 could look a lot different. There's a new wave of Democrats coming about, the progressives, and they are coming fast. People like Andrew Yang, people like Tulsi Gabbard, people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, all of those people, they could technically run in 2024, and I think it might be something along those lines. Because Joe Biden, I think he said that he is only going to be a one-term president at this point. So I think it's possible that Democrats have a big wave in 2024. So we'll see. This is my actual prediction right here. The end of the video here. Let me know what you think. If you don't think I'm right, leave a comment. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Perpetual News. I know this has been the first video without my face in it, but a screen recorder is coming, so maybe I'll be able to do more videos like this with my little face up in the corner or something. Thank you all for coming and watching. This is it.